eyes wide open, my new friend went toe-to-toe with me. She said, copywriting won't really help me make more money with my services and products, will it? Can copywriting actually help you make more sales? I'm going to tell you exactly how I answered her in today's video. Hey there, welcome back to the Ashlyn Writes channel. I'm Ashlyn. I am a conversion copywriter for creative entrepreneurs like you, which essentially means I love words, and I really love when they can help you and come alongside what you're doing and assist you in making more money so you can work from a place of a little more rest and a little less hustle. If you have not yet, I would encourage you to hit that subscribe button below. That is how you are going to get the ticket to know when these videos come out every single week with a mini training and usually a free download as well. Now, as we get going, if you're picking up what I'm putting down, I would love for you to come to a free masterclass that I'm kicking off. It's called Separate Yourself from the Pack, How to Write Your Website Words. Just pop down below and you can get more information on how to find the time that works best for you in your busy schedule. When it comes to figuring out where to spend your dollars as a creative small business owner and as an entrepreneur, is this something that you should double down on? Is this something that you should put money into? And if you don't have the funds to hire it out, how can you DIY it like the pros do? Now, I want to put a little bit of a twist on this. You see, even as a copywriter, I don't necessarily think that copywriting is something you should just outsource immediately or right away. Instead, I think that we as the CEOs of our business need to be able to communicate the why, the what, the how of what it is that we do. We need to be able to be key messengers behind our business. So on that note about DIYing, let's talk about how you can leverage copy to make you more sales in your business. Now, the first and the foremost way to figuring out how to leverage copy to make you more money and sales in your business is really figuring out that brand value proposition that separates you from the pack of hundreds, maybe even thousands of others that serve in the same niche you do. One of the absolute most common things and mistakes that I see on creative small business owners' website is the same meaningless phrases crop up again and again and again. Those things like passionate about your wedding day or obsessed with photography or we always go above and beyond. So about 30% of the American workforce, it turns out, are freelancers. Got a little competition going on. Spending time really honing and working and figuring out your unique selling proposition, something that my students know I call your onlyness factor, is one thing that can really help your message stand apart and be pulled out from everything else and all the clutter and all the noise. This is a silly example, but I have recently been looking for a dentist in the area, the part of town that we live on now. And as I look around at all of the websites, there's nothing much that separates one from the other. They all say cheesy things like, we're obsessed with making sure you have a beautiful smile. To be honest, I kind of want to be like, well, duh, you're a dentist. I hope you are. Again, that's a silly example, but do you see what I'm saying here? You need to say something that positions you as separate from all the others that are saying the exact same things. Okay, that is one way you can use copy and messaging to help you make more money, but let's dig into some other quick win strategies that you can use. Quick win way number 2, you can write better buttons on your website. A call to action button, or a CTA, is that clicky, pretty, usually brightly colored button that you just want to press with your fingers, but you do with your mouse. You really can't convert to anything on your website that you're asking for people to do without at least one button. And as it turns out, we as humans work really well on websites when they tell us what to do and point it out in plain English. Want some examples of this done well? Here are 3 examples for you. Get plus whatever it is you're offering. Show me plus whatever it is you're offering. And you can get a little bit fancy with a command verb plus the offer and then add in just a little bit of urgency. So your homework here, I want you to go to your website and give a little audit. Look for all those call to action buttons or copy that you have and see if you can spruce them up a little bit to make them a bit more conversion oriented. My students inside Copywriting for Creatives know that I get really on my tangent about this, and I teach how to use heat maps and try different kinds of A/B split testing to see which copy converts better on some of these buttons. I don't want you to worry about any of that for now. All I want you to do is just set a little timer, take a few minutes and hop on your website and just review all of the buttons and the call to actions you have and see how you can make them more driven to whatever it is that you're trying to get your user to do next. Quick win way number 3, learn to write better headline copy. I love talking about headlines. I created an entire video on that, and I will link to that below if you want to dig in a little more. Mastering the art and science of being able to write good headline copy is one of those things that is going to help your users know they're in the right place, stick around, learn more, and then hopefully buy more of your goods, products, and services. Your headline's also that way that you weed out who is and isn't a fit. Say you are a photographer and you want to position yourself a little bit away from shooting all that family portraiture, and you really want to focus on fine art, boudoir style photography. You can get that across in your headline and very quickly let people know if they're in the right place or not. 8 out of 10 people read your headline, but only 2 out of the 10 keep reading. Ooh, puts a little pressure on us, right? So I really want you to make sure that you've spent time on your headlines and feel good about them. So go watch that video, learn a little bit more about headlines, and see how you can spruce them up on your website as well. Quick win way number 4, consider how you can add scarcity to your offerings. Now, I saved my favorite for last, but we as humans typically are psychologically wired to be more interested in buying something when we think it's not going to be around forever. To bring in another example from something else, I don't know if you're a Lily Pulitzer fan. Anybody? I am. And I remember when they did that partnership with Target a couple of years ago, it's like all of a sudden it was all you heard about. And in all of their messaging, you continued to get the idea that this wasn't going to be something that was going to be around forever. This is a limited time, special edition partnership between the two brands, and this was your chance. If you wanted to get your hands on anything with Lily Pulitzer branding that was at a price point that was a little bit smaller than what you would get inside their boutiques and shops, this was your opportunity. It's kind of like playing hard to get a little bit. As long as you're showing scarcity honestly, this can truly be something that will help you make more sales. Here are a few great examples from my clients as well as my students that I want to show you to get your wheels turning.
My friend Ree, her Travail workshop for creative entrepreneurs, primarily in the wedding industry. But what Ree did, and I guess she's not a copywriting client, she's a speaking client, spoken there before. But I love that in this Instagram post, she's reminded that there's only 2 weeks left to secure your spot. Will you be joining us? See how she weaves that into the copy. We are on my email funnel client, Shay's website, Etsy Stock Shop. I totally recommend, I'll link it down below. If I ever need stock images, Shay's who I use. Just look at how beautiful these are. But what I wanted to show you is what Shay does that's so unique and fabulous. Let's go up to Shop by Collection and let's look at some pretty, let's just look, at desktops. Here's an example of how she uses scarcity. We'll open this up and I think you can see right here how it says 10 items left. Now obviously these are digital downloads, so there could be infinite number left, but Shay limits, she specifically puts a cap on how many times somebody can purchase these, and I think that's just such a great way to give scarcity on a product that is essentially evergreen, right? These are kind of always available, but instead Shay bakes in an opportunity for us to see that this is not just, an endless bucket of opportunity where you can purchase and grab these from, but there's scarcity built in. So that is one idea that I have for you there.
Don't forget to look down below and grab your seat for that master class where I'm teaching how to separate yourself from the pack and write your website words. We're going to dig into a little bit less of the why and more of the actual how you do this in that master class, and I would love to see you there. I hope you are realizing how important copywriting is when it comes to hitting those sales goals that you have. And if you are, I would appreciate a like on this video to tell me that we're heading in the right direction on that. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.